So, hey, it's Kendrick and Butter.
How's it going?
Yeah, and we're learning the things about like AI cameras. This kind of weird shit, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
something else.
Kendrick was just over here and recorded on my piano that you see in the background. It's a 8 foot grand and it's a beautiful instrument. What'd you play?
Christmas time is here. It's almost that time.
It is, isn't it? Coming on Thanksgiving. What are you doing for the holiday?
Hey, we're actually sticking around here this year, so we'll be with my family and yeah, hanging out with the kids and the family.
How many kids you got, Kay?
Three kids. 1, 3, and 5.
I remember the night you came out of the speakeasy and said, "Hey, Butter, I'm gonna have a son."
Yep. Yep. Was not that long ago. So we're very blessed. We have 3 kids.
So, the Speakeasy Jam, how did that start?
So about let's see, 5 years ago, right after COVID was kind of over, I was good friends with Greg and Mike. They're the owners of the 51st Street Speakeasy, and so we had talked before, maybe 2018, 2019, about potentially having a weekly jazz night there at the Speakeasy. Once everything was opening back up, we just thought that was probably the best time to implement it. Wednesdays were kind of have the least amount of real estate for musicians, and
Uh-huh.
so it was easy for us to commit to every Wednesday. Wednesday's a night where bars are not always slammed busy, so it worked for them to, hey, let's get something else in here on Wednesdays and really organize something to help get more people in. And Jazz Night kind of was spawned from an idea of Greg, and we made it happen. It's been
For
5 years.
5 years now.
Yep, almost 5 years.
I'm so glad I found it. Like, it was scary to me at first, I gotta tell you, because such great jazz musicians, and I hadn't had a chance to play with people like that for so long. You know, this was kind of a jazz desert for a long time, Oklahoma City, and now we have this burgeoning, beautiful jazz community, and it's just, you provide a place for students from OCU, students from OU, high school students that have affidavits from their parents come in and jam with us. It's not what you call a curated jazz, but it seems like everybody can play.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really important to the community around here. And like you said, I mean, even high school students that aren't 21 can come in a bar and really work on their craft and meet new people and kind of establish those relationships that hopefully they'll have, throughout college and, their career. And, hopefully they move and go out and do awesome things. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the backbone, I think, of those speakeasy nights after 9:30 is all of the people that come every single week to jam.
So you're a professional musician, means you do it for your living, and you've got a wife and 3 kids to support. How the hell do you do it, sir?
It's crazy. I work a lot. I do a lot of different things. I think it's really important to have a lot of different things in your bag to be able to offer. So it's not all just playing. It's basically owning a small production company. I do bookings. I do arrangements. I do all different kinds of stuff. So it's
And you
all,
give lessons.
yes.
Where do you give lessons right now?
Just started up at Edmond Music, so I've got my new studio, running my business out of the piano studio. Got a Steinway in there, so it's clean
What
as
kind of
rock.
Steinway?
Steinway, it's a Model B. It's a 7-foot Model B that is awesome, mahogany.
Beautiful. How old is that instrument?
I think it was mid 90s, so it's pretty much the same age as me, about 30.
So, back when I was like 14, 15, 16, 17, I took piano lessons from Dorothy Lutz up in Halleck, Minnesota. And she was a classical pianist. In her living room, instead of a dining table, they had 2 Steinway grands. So that's where I took my piano lessons.
Nice.
Yeah. But she taught me how to make music move. Where would you say you learned how to make music? I'll tell you what, you are a funky dude. Where do you think soul comes from? How did you learn to make music move? Because you are a funky dude, man.
Soul comes from? Like, what specifically? What?
What makes
Soul music,
you
or-
so good at playing funky? Because you got to have soul to play funky.
I think a lot of that comes from the library of music that I grew up listening to. And
Right?
my dad has a very, very deep catalog of stuff that he's really into. And from, inception, really, I was very involved with all kinds of music. Miles Davis, Prince,
Mm-hmm.
Funkadelic, Tower of Power, James Taylor, everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I got older, that just expands and expands. And I think a lot of what I feel in music comes from the greats that, have done it for years and years, and listening and listening and listening, and
Yeah.
copying what they play. And,
Yeah.
You know.
So we give credit to our parents. Right here in this room, I still have my parents' Time Life big band records,
Nice.
and I can still play them, and they still sound great. And they, you know. So I remember you told me once your dad said, "Well, all right, if that's what you want to do, that is, be a professional musician, then you got to be really, really good at it."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, go hard, and go all the way. You know, it's not an easy thing, and I was exposed to it really, really early. So I saw people who were doing it for a living that had a good living and had a family, and I saw people that were really struggling and were a mess in their life, and then were awesome on stage, and how it really that little piece on stage really doesn't matter if the entire rest of your life is a disaster. And so I kind of saw that at an early age and was like, I kind of know what I want.
That's like the great old saying: you can't shoot jazz into your arm with a needle.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, you have to live healthy. You got to take care of your body. You did arrangements. You did an arrangement for us.
Yes.
Talk about it, because it's coming out Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an arrangement that Butter had me do of We Three Kings. I immediately, that's a minor tonality tune, so I immediately kind of thought, okay, let's take it a little bit out and get some harmonies that aren't normally in that tune. And so you'll hear it on Monday, but it's a little bit more avant-garde version of We Three Kings. We've got Calliope singing on it. Got some organ in there, which is not normally with the genre, so it was lucky that he asked me to play organ on it and arrange this tune. And,
we're the lucky ones. Hey, I'm going to close that curtain down, but go ahead and talk about the arrangement a little bit. It's mostly it's a jazz waltz, and a really fast, high energy one with a ton of syncopation. But then there's a 5/4, right?
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But is there?
It's with that's in the drum solo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a drum shot with 5/4.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna get that out of that blind shut down. So, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you I love the arrangement. How's it different when you can write for somebody that can sing like Calliope?
Yeah. I'll say most of the writing and the arranging on that wasn't centered around Calliope, because I know that she'd be fine. She's singing the melody. Most of it was writing to fit. It's not saxophone, which is mostly in the genre. It's flute. So it's flute and flugelhorn. So most of the writing was around the harmony that the rhythm section would be playing, and the horns. I knew Calliope would be fine floating on top of that.
I like writing music for her because she can sing anything.
Yeah.
You don't. It's like, and she says, "Well, you don't have to worry about me," and you don't. She just does it. So it's a beautiful arrangement. It's super high energy. It has a lot of nice elements in it because the flute. I still think my flugelhorn, when I play it, sounds a little more like a trumpet than most people.
Yeah.
It's just my tone, I guess. And the horn that I play, and then it's got call and response. The art for the EP for Christmas in Amazon Land was inspired partly by the fact that we have We Three Kings, and the three kings are up there in the red Cadillac, flying over the town. So I just when I have this chance publicly, I want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for trusting me to do that.
No, it's not just that. I mean, you have such great musical friendships with so many great musicians that are also great people, right? It's a really, we have it's this wonderful non-competitive, everybody tries to help each other, jazz community around here that is just growing and thriving because of the positive energy, and we try to expand the market instead of fighting with each other. It's
right.
Love is not a zero-sum game, but you and Dave and Ray and Logan and these friends that you've played music with since you were a teenager or earlier. What's the oldest musical friendship that you've got that's still around in here playing with us regularly?
Yeah, Logan and Garrison, I think, would be the oldest. We think we were
Yeah.
12 years old. Maybe I think they were 11. I was 12 when we all met. So um, we grew up playing all that music together, and obviously Brian Gore was a huge influence to us. Logan's dad and the head of jazz at UCO. But there was a level of expectation of, hey, here's what great music sounds like. Here's what great jazz sounds like, and it's like, well, we want to do that. And so the three of us kind of really drew into each other and learned all this music together. So we lived together for what, year and a half.
I heard you were roommates, all three of you together.
Yeah, we actually had a fourth roommate. He's no longer really in music, but he's in audio, and so it's Colton Dean.
So the reason I'm personally thanking you is like I found the vocalist for my band at your place. I've learned so much musical skill at your place. I've learned so much jazz at your place. I call it your place. It's your jam, you know. And you've given me so many great musical opportunities and helped me bring together so many wonderful people to play with. And I'm really grateful, Kendrick. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. I think really proud of all that's come of the genre, and if you're playing, and yeah, it's lucky I get to see it from this side of it.
Well, all right then. Let's just wish everybody a good holiday. We're going to publish this in a couple days on our YouTubes and maybe our Instagrams and things like that. So you get to know a little bit more about the wonderful Kendrik McKinney. Yeah. Bye, guys.
See ya.